It may be arguable, but I think I've got the best job in the world because every morning I get a chance to talk to some of the most interesting people in the world on Channel 13, on the Morning Scramble later in the day on KTAR radio. But I will tell you that whether it's sports or politics or any other subject, I don't know that I have run into a more inspirational story than this one. Our next group of honorees really gives me hope personally for the future, and I hope they continue to inspire their generation. Please, please pay very close attention.
A picture might be worth 1,000 words, but a heart can be changed with one.
It's homecoming at Queen Creek High School, and Shy Johnson is there rooting on her boys. Unfortunately, that was not always the case for Shy. Like any other high school, Queen Creek was not exempt from having their share of bullies. Her mother explains.
What kind of unkind or hurtful things were being said to Shy, or, what was going on?
She said, she did tell us that the kids were calling her stupid and they call her retarded.
After learning of Shy's plight, her father and mother responded in a unique way. Instead of going to the school administration, Shy's mother got in touch with the star quarterback of the football team, Carson Jones. Carson, in turn, got in touch with his friend Tucker Workman, the star running back for the Bulldogs, and the two of them took it from there.
I got a hold of Carson. I emailed him and just kind of told him what was going on, and I did ask him if he could get me some names, and if he could just kind of keep an eye on Shy. And, the way he handled it was so much better than what we would have handled it.
So what inspired you to help Shy?
Kind of like the golden rule, if that's how I would want someone to help me if I was in that position. And, she looked really sad a couple of times. Well, that's what her mom said. And, and we just decided to help her. We just thought she needed someone.
Hi, Shy.
Hello.
So, how did you feel about high school a year before today?
Kind of sad and scared.
You were scared? What were you scared of?
The people throwing trash and put food at me.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So, how did you deal with bullies before Carson stepped up to help you?
He's then bring his friend Tucker, and Tucker bring on sit with them for lunch.
And how did that make you feel?
Happy.
Happy.
They saw the bullying or the activities going on, and they did something simple, that they just stood up and they did something about it. They stopped the situation, they squashed it from happening, and then what they did, it didn't end there, as they fellowshipped her. They invited her to eat lunch with them every day. So she ate lunch with these young men during lunch hour. She became a part of their routine. And then after lunch was done, they walked Shy to her classes. And in between classes, if they were there and available, they walked her from class to class. So it was something that's very simple. It was these young men standing up and doing what was right that made it such a powerful experience.
The first day she sat with him, she came out to the truck with this big old smile. And she starts telling me, guess who I sit with today? And I'm like, I have no clue. Who did you sit with? I sit with the football team.
I got into coaching because I can't play anymore. But one thing that I really enjoy about coaching is the teaching aspect of it. I love teaching, the X's and O's of the game. I love teaching, maybe some values that are important, that help them become better football players, but also better members in the community and on the school grounds. But at the end of the day, these young men were the teachers.
none of it was ever planned. I mean, these boys did the right thing, you know. And as a dad, I couldn't have asked for anything better for my daughter.
From the moment the football team began protecting Shy from bullying, they became her boys. Without confrontation or altercation, the bullying stopped. Shy no longer came home crying, fearing for personal safety. Now she looked forward to school, telling her mother, "I won't get hurt again. The bullies are not mean to me because all my boys love me." No more fitting ending to this story could have occurred than when the Queen Creek High School football team went on to an undefeated season and a state championship. Shy was right there celebrating with them, with her sign and her big smile. And while the championship was a great victory for the Bulldogs, their most enduring victory never found its way onto the scoreboard, but it's now forever enshrined in the hearts of everyone who knows their story. The Arizona Interfaith Movement salutes the Queen Creek football team for living out the Golden Rule and displaying character in both sports and life.
And here they are, the Queen Creek football team, representing the coach, Mrs. Joe Germain, and Chai.
Just squats.
Well, even though I know the outcome of that story, it always brings a tear to my eye whenever I hear it. And I'm obviously not Coach Germain. I am his wife, and I'm here in his absence. He was called away last minute on a business trip. And so he is so sorry to miss this wonderful event. For the past couple of years, I've actually had the wonderful opportunity to help set up for this dinner. I've helped with the centerpieces and decorating the tables, and I have to say that I like being behind the scenes much better than being up here. So Joe prepared a little statement for me to read on his behalf, and so this is what he said. He said, "Please accept my sincerest apologies for missing this great event where so many amazing people are being recognized. Thank you, Paul Eppinger and Denise, and the entire Arizona Interfaith group for all they do to put this event together year after year, and for the opportunity to meet them. These young men from Queen Creek, who come from all different faiths and upbringings, amazed us all by their great performances on the football field en route to an undefeated state championship in 2012. Above and beyond that, they inspired an entire community by their selfless attitude and commitment to living the Golden Rule. The impact they made on the playing field may fade someday, but the impact that they made in treating others with respect and decency will last a lifetime. They are an example to all of us of how we should live our lives in serving others." I'll introduce Curtis Jones. He's Carson Jones' younger brother, and he's a student at Queen Creek High School. And Shy Johnson herself, both of them will say a couple of words.
All right, sweet. I'm kind of shaking up here. First of all, I would really like to thank the Interfaith movement for putting on such an amazing banquet. This is by far one of the best I've ever had the chance to attend, aside from, of course, the football banquet, Coach Sherman. Thank you for putting that on. I would also especially like to thank all of our parents who have raised us to not only believe in the golden rule, but to live it. And also I would like to thank the football team and the coaching staff for being the awesome examples that they are, and also to everyone else who had their hand in making Shy's story one full of inspiration. And while Carson and the rest of Shy's boys are all serving missions for our church, I know that if they were here, they would all be incredibly quick to say that Shy has inspired their lives far more than they could ever inspire hers. And I know that to be true, and with that being said, the girl who inspires us all.
I'm Shy Johnson. I miss my boys. Okay, Chris Jones, help me. This is not working too.
Just say thank you.
Thank you, my parents, and I miss them. I love my parents, my mom and dad. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
In front of you, my friends, as you can see, is the football team. Joe Germain is no longer the coach. The head coach is over here to my left. Coach, thank you for being here and for continuing to inspire your team.
Queen Creek, ladies and gentlemen. Queen Creek football. If anybody worries about where sports are going these days, just remind him about this and an example of what leadership we have.